Hi, I'm Yanja from Choose Change Tarot, and I'm here to do your monthly reading for November. And I'm saying hi to Geminis. And yeah, so I just want to say thank you for all the folks who have liked, shared, subscribed to my channel. And yeah, let's get started. So, your overall message for November is failure, air, sleep. Failure, air, sleep. So, yeah, I think there's some feelings that you have internalized about your worth that's kind of led you to feel unsuccessful, but it's almost like you're burning yourself out. You can see here with the little moth, it looks like a little creature is on fire going towards the ground. And I think it almost is like air and fire or make things explode. And I think there's going to be a moment where you just feel like you have to rest. And this is where the sleep comes in. It's a rest, recuperate, or just kind of reconfigure what your plans are, what your goals are, so you don't feel unsuccessful. I mean, you aren't unsuccessful. I think you're just, what is it? Lighting two candles at the end. I don't know what that phrase is. But you are just like burning yourself out, like I said, and making it kind of worse with this air energy. I mean, Gemini is air energy, so. But yeah, so this is going to be the focus of your month, is to figure out what you need to do to incorporate rest and healthier habits into your day-to-day. So let's go to your love portion of your reading. So the first card you have is the Seven of Wands in the reverse and the King of Swords. So obviously you're the King of Swords and you're in your full element, and I think why you're in your full element is because you've let down your defenses. You've kind of let go of you will let go, or you're going to let go of any sort of walls that you built up. And I'm like, what is the wall made of? Okay. The wall is made of Nine of Cups in the reverse. And the wall is made of, like, kind of, I would say, in a lot of ways, some sort of pride or smugness, or this, like, lack of, yeah, this pride and the smugness. So, for you to really be able to reach your full element this month, letting go of those defenses. And like I said too, with the overall message, figuring out how to reconfigure and reconfigure, recuperate, and just, what is it? Check in with yourself around how you're trying to move forward. And like what this Nine of Cups says, like Nine of Cups upright has to do with just being emotionally fulfilled. You see this person just chilling on this bench, like having a good time, like I'm good. But reverse, it's almost like all the cups are being poured out, they're falling to the ground, and it's just like the person's not even noticing it. So the key to letting down your defenses, like I said, is this process, and you'll get into a sense of where you'll be in your full element. And because it relates to relationships, it's going to be you in your full element and how you engage with people. Like, you'll feel good about your interactions once you take those steps. Yeah. So let's go to the couples. So you have the Two of Pentacles and the Temperance card in the reverse. So there's a lot of trying to find a balance. And I think where that balance is going to be found is almost in like not melding or merging or losing yourself in your partner. Like, I think that's what you're trying to figure out. You and your partner is trying to figure out is a dynamic where you're not like, you're juggling how to spend a lot of time together and when to let go. And particularly in this month, it's going to be a challenge. I'm like, why is it going to be a challenge? Okay. So it's going to be a challenge because some clarity or some truth is going to come about. Somebody's going to be cutting to the truth and probably kind of exposing this dynamic. Like, we spend kind of way too much time together and we've kind of become like each other. So we need to figure this out. And that's what is going to lead to this path of like exploring what that balance looks like, which is really healthy to like just trying to figure out, because I think there is this love myth around like finding your other half or like having someone to complete you, and really that is kind of challenging because if you're two halves of a person and you're not really like, if you're two halves, you're definitely going to lose yourself in that other person. You're not going to be fully yourself, and no one wants to come into a relationship where you don't feel like you can be yourself, fully yourself. So if you're just only putting on one half, if that makes sense, then where's the other half going? Like, I don't know if that makes sense, but I think it'll make sense to someone out there. But definitely there's a myth of like having to feel like you need to complete each other. And I think maybe this is just a phase in y'all's relationship where y'all are kind of moving through that and have just kind of like realizing and recognizing this sort of like perhaps codependent pattern that's been happening. But really it'd be necessary to cut to the truth. So, all right, so let's go to the work passion. So the first card you have is the Sun card, and then the Son of Wands, also known as the Knight of Wands, and the Fool card in the reverse. So the Sun card, amazing card. I think last month, y'all got a pretty good career reading. So I think that energy is still present, and that this like forward energy, this forward movement is going to continue. Like, the Sun card is so positive. It's just like really happy. It's like really kind of exposing what the resources that you need, and it's allowing you to move forward with this really passionate energy. Passionate, kind of like, I would say kind of almost not fully informed. I'm like, what is this person not fully informed about? Okay, not fully informed about what exactly is going to be the totality of how this will be emotionally fulfilling, I guess. So I think what the Fool card is saying probably is just to kind of take a moment to slow down, to reevaluate, because the Fool card upright is about taking risks, new beginnings, but I think with it reverse is saying to just, like I said before, slow down, reevaluate, reconfigure your plans, so they're able to get to this place of what exactly is going to be fulfilling you emotionally. Because, sometimes you get so caught up into a project, and even though it's really successful, you kind of don't figure out whether or not, like, is this really working for me? I know I'm really, like, getting a lot of profit from it, but is this really allowing me to live in my hard work, if that makes sense? So, I'll put this in a little bit. Yeah, so, yeah, that's basically it. Like, really just, like I said, reconfigure, slow down, evaluate your risk. This is really, because two major arcana cards, there's a lot of like momentum of movement and importance in this moment of time in terms of like what projects and passions and your work life is going on. So yeah, so let's go to the spirituality community aspect. So you have the Hangman in reverse, the Woman of Wands, and the Three of Cups in the reverse. So So I think with the Hangman in reverse, it has to do with feeling stuck in suspension. So I think maybe right now, even though like the message I'm telling y'all is to slow down. It's to slow down, to reconfigure, just like understand where you need to redirect yourself. And I think this is what the Hangman in reverse is saying. Usually the Hangman in reverse, and the Hangman in reverse also has to do with, the Hangman also has to do with like sacrifice, self-sacrifice, and martyrdom. And I think that's probably why it's saying in reverse. Like I just said, with your work situation, like addressing this kind of what I said with the failure is like this sensation of feeling like you need to put everything in, all and everything into your project or whatever relationship, whatever this is relevant to in terms of your community, your spirituality, and like it's leading to the sensation of being burnt out, and it's almost exploding. And I think, like I said, fire. What I think would be crucial for you to address this Three of Cups in reverse energy is this Woman of Wands energy. The Woman of Wands, Queen of Wands, is very empathic, very intuitive, very driven and motivated. Like there's a lot of fire energy in between like two major arcana cards, or two like as a center card of what your issues are. And I think really that's speaking to, that will be, it's like the first step is acknowledging what's happening, and the second step is taking that knowledge and moving forward with it in a very driven and passionate and motivated way, but in a conscious way, where you're consciously, meaning like you're wisely using your resources, so you're not burning out and like I said, exploding like this failure and air card has to do. So it's almost like getting out of your element, getting out of this air energy, and specifically focusing on this fire energy, using it in a really productive way, and not like leading to this explosion. Like this air energy is all about being very logical, very calculating. So I think it's saying, especially with the Sun card over here too, is and like what I said with the kind of love reading too, is just kind of releasing this control in a way, like releasing, they kind of just coming into it, like falling into it, I would say, like, yeah, falling into it, or there's a better way to word that. Yeah, I mean, just basically, like I said, figuring out how to use this energy wisely, and kind of stepping out of your element and using this sort of fire energy logic, which is like, it's really passionate and motivated and calculating. Like with the King of Wands, or the Queen of Wands is very like, she's very wise. She knows what she's doing. It's a little bit less so like with the Knight of Wands, Page of Wands, where the energy is kind of like more scattered. But I think when you get to this mindset of really understanding how to use this, it's going to serve you a lot better. So address this kind of dynamic of feeling drained by the people around you too. Like, yeah, so you'll feel less drained, you have more energy to actually address it, because you went back and we kind of slowed down and figured out how you can better utilize this energy, so you can address specifically this feeling of being drained by people around you. I'm like, why are you drained? Okay, Emperor, because of feeling like you don't have control. So the Emperor reverse is what you have, to clarify the Three of Wands, the Three of Cups reverse. Like I said, kind of having to let go, put your defenses down. All right, so your overall advice is, my home is a sacred space full of beauty, inspiration, and protection. And like, sleep. Like all these cards have to do with sleep is interesting, or kind of. Conscious eating nourishes me. My dreams reveal that magic is real and anything is possible. Such beautiful cards. I'm gonna put them all together. Like I said, rest, recuperate, reconfigure, re-energize, so you're able to really understand where to move forward Because otherwise, you just won't you won't be receptive to the knowledge that will allow you to be successful. I'm like, is that it? Yeah. So thanks for watching. If you like a personal reading from me, email me at truthischangetarot@gmail.com. And yeah, follow me on Instagram. And yeah, blessings.